Today, we're taking a look at one of the best solo players in the world, and his name is Muzz. But just before we get into that, I have a coaching Discord server. It's completely free to join, and I'll leave the link to it down in the description. So starting it off, Muzz is landing over at Shiny Shafts, and this is where he lands in trios. So he obviously knows this drop spot very well. And it looks like he's got this whole side over here uncontested, with one other player landing to the north side. So he's going to be able to loot all of this completely free without having to fight anybody. So Muzz has now left his drop spot. He's 555. He has really good loot. He's got the baseball bat for mobility. He has the splashes. And overall, just a pretty solid loadout. Right now on the congested side of zone, as the zone is pulling like far away from him. So as you can see right there, he's running to the south a bit, getting away from all of this congestion on this edge. Probably going to make his way up around these mountains or something like that. Very good rotate. Just wrapped all the way around to this dead side. And now he has the freedom to just farm, get into a good position, whatever he needs to do. Actually finds a gold llama there. So now he's got 6 splashes and a baseball bat. Very good combo for these rotates. And if we take a look at the map, zone has pulled south again. Muzz is over here in a very good position. You see there's like no one around this south side. He can wrap around here if he needs to. But if he had stayed up here, maybe tried coming in like a white line straight from Crime City over here, then he'd get stuck with all of these other people on this edge. So the next zone is just pulled. And this is 5th zone, so the next zone after this will pull to the edge somewhere, like a half-half zone. So we obviously know it's not going to pull anywhere in this south area because the zone can't pull like fully into the ocean. So it has a very high chance of pulling to this north side. And Muzz was in the zone, so I think he's just going to stay here in his base. As you can see by the timeline, his mid-game is very simple, you know, no fighting, just focuses on his positioning and getting the good loot to play the end game. Okay, next zone pulls. And there is quite a few people around him and in the way. So we'll see how he rotates this, whether he goes early or if he waits for other people to go first. Pops a chug splash. And he's just running straight to zone. White lines it and boxes up on the edge here. So not the best positioning. You know, he's kind of stuck on this edge. All of these people around him. And now he's pulled a far zone with so many people in the way of this rotate. So this is going to be interesting to see how he manages this one. So Muzz actually waited for all of the people around him to start rotating first. And now, as you can see, there's no one next to him. He has kind of a free rotate to sort of catch up and make his way into this zone. And surprisingly, he's just running without using his bat. Okay, pops the splash here. And now uses the bat once he gets closer to all of these other people. Sees these 2 guys fighting. Jumps on it, and that is a free kill right there. Now he's just got 2 players worth of loot. So this should be a great refresh. Yeah, back to 555. And now he's just outside of zone. So I think he's just going to build his way in with these extra mats. I think this is just to get higher up a bit, scout the rotate, and also make his way a bit closer to zone. Yeah, that was very good. He heard the guy breaking in the top. Waited for the opportunity. That is a very easy kill. This guy's just stuck in all of his builds. Pops a chug splash and runs around the left here. On the edge of zone. Nice, I like that layer change going over the top of the builds there. And he decides to take a pause here. That's always a good thing, just pausing on the rotates, scouting a bit, seeing where everyone is. If you try and just run the whole time, you're likely just get griefed or shot in the back if you don't know who's around you. I like how Muzz plays his endgames. You see, he still has over 1,000 mats, but he's very active, still looking for refreshes. All these opportunities around him. And this is why he's one of the best solo players, is because even when he's got loads of mats, he's still looking for those refreshes to set him up for the win. And Muzz is still just looking for kills. Finds a great opportunity there to get a refresh. Awareness check that guy. And now he's back to 555. So Muzz doesn't wait until he's got like 100 mats left to then go for a refresh. He's always active and looking for it. Never waiting until the last second. Scouting high ground because he has so many mats. So once you get a refresh, look up at height because you probably have more mats than the guy on high ground. So that's a good opportunity to take it. So if we take a look at the guy on high ground, he has 49 builds, right? And Muzz has 120. So this is a great opportunity for him to try and make a play onto height. Now he's down to 400 mats. I think he's going to start looking for a refresh. Oh yeah, only 280 wood builds. He's got to look for something now. Make a play. Awareness check on this guy. That's an easy refresh. Now he's got Mythic Pump and 500 mats. Look, gets the refresh and looks up at height. And he sees that no one's up on height, so he's going to build up for it. But then this guy comes up. This man's going to fight him for it. No, he gives it up because he only has 200 mats. It's not really worth fighting that. He's going to grief his own game trying to hold height there. Chops the guy on high ground. And now, even though Muzz only has 6 builds, we're in the final zone and there's no one on height. So he actually can play it a little bit here. Other player mantles up. Muzz hits a crazy shot there with the 150. Kills that guy, gets a tiny refresh, only siphon mats. Just as long as he's putting down the pressure with his AR, then no one's really going to look up for it right now. Especially with this collateral AR. So much pressure you can apply down below. Just spraying. Decides to go back and play this Chug Jug. I think this is a good play actually in final zone. No mats left to hold the height. He can just wait for it to be a 1v1 and then jump into zone and fight this other guy. Starts running towards him. Pops the Chug Jug. Now it's going to be a 1v1 for the win. This guy's only in wood, so Muzz can apply so much pressure with this AR. Into the next game now, and Muzz is landing at the same drop spot, but this time it looks like he is contested. So we'll see how he plays this off spawn. Goes straight down the zip line, gets the floor spawn, misses a shot onto Rise actually, his own teammate. Manages to find the kill really easily there because he outdropped him, got the gun spawn, and the other player contesting him landing on the other side of the POI. So he should be able to loot all of this side for free. Get his loadout just like he did in the last game. Now let's take a look at the zone. Pretty similar to last game, you know, it's pulling to the south side of the map. So I think Muzz will probably take a similar rotate to last game where he goes down like the left side up towards the mountains. So nothing crazy going on right now. He's just running around getting his loot and also making his way towards the dead side. It's a unique playstyle. He's found the armored vehicle. He's just driving it around. So he's decided to wrap all the way around to the dead side just like last game. All the way on the south side of the map. Away from everybody up here. Finds the gauntlets, like I was talking about a minute ago. And he's decided to drop the splashes, which is understandable because he did only have 2 splashes. And you can't really pair up the splashes and the gauntlets like you can with the splashes and the bat. And now he's just going to sit in his box and wait. And just like the last game, only 40 up, so he's not really going to need any Storm Surge. So he is able to take that collateral AR. Next zone is another max pool. But as you can see, this whole area over here, right? This whole side, this is dead side. There's no one here. So I think the best bet is try and like go up here and then round or wrap around the right side like this once these 3 players rotate. That's going to be the best bet for this rotate. Maybe even try and white line like this way, like under the bridge up towards the zone. That would be my guess, but definitely not going anywhere on this left side because there's just, you see, there's all of these people. That's a no-go. You would not want to rotate that. Yeah, so like I predicted, heads up this right side. There's only like a couple of people around him. And he gets a pretty free rotate. Elevating himself here. Yeah, very easy rotate there. Just wrapping around the right side where it was dead. And it actually pulls up the mountain, so maybe a good opportunity to try and get up here early. Try and play for this high ground. But it is only 8th zone, so it's quite early to take height in solos. If you're trying to go for height in solos, I'd recommend looking for it 10th zone and onwards, you know. Like any time before that is kind of early, as you don't have as many mats in solos as in trios, so you can't hold it as well. And the longer you're up there, the more likely you are to get griefed or like targeted for height. Now, this is quite a hard zone to play. If we take a look, like it's going to pull off the cliff and then back up. So you'd want to stay on this right side here, like where Ritual is. Ritual's in a perfect position right now. You want to stay on this right side, stay elevated, because if you drop down and then it pulls back up, you're kind of screwed. So it's just about focusing on the terrain and positioning while you're rotating these end games. Okay, the replay just lags and he gets a refresh. Now he has nearly 1,000 mats off of that and the best loot in the game. What the fuck? Somehow he's got everything, all the mythics, the chug splashes. And now he's elevating again, making his way back up the cliff. Because he knows that low ground position is kind of griefed, especially if it pulls back up, which it does, as we see here on the map. It's pulling back up this dam. So Muzz is going to have to start building up here. So Muzz really likes playing with this collateral AR, like the pressure he can put down to try and find refreshes. But as you can see, there's only 4 players left because this has been a really scuffed zone. So when the zone pulls up and down cliffs like this, the lobby tends to die out a lot quicker. So there is only 2 other players alive in this final zone. Drops back into zone. I think this is a good play here. He's got the Chug Jug. And he just found 500 mats as well. So really good play here. Trying to let the other 2 guys fight or just like die in storm. Nice, builds up away from that guy. Now it's the 1v1 against the Omzo. I think it's literally just a heal off here to see who wins it. And I'm pretty sure Muzz will win it with the amount of Chug Jug he has. Because he's got this one and he's got a whole spare one. So yeah, he just wins the heal off. Thank you guys so much for sticking around until the end of the video. If you're interested in a private one-on-one coaching session with me, then you can check out the first link down in the description.